Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurship with Jaime. Now, if you're a subscriber to this channel, if you're not, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and join our little family that we've got here. We've got something special for sure. But if you're subscribed to this channel, you probably realized I haven't uploaded in about a week, maybe a bit more. And that's been due to the university work that I've had to do. Now it really kills me to have to spend most of my time on that area of my life, which is really not something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about a lot of things. You know, one of those things is my online businesses, also building my personal brand and really creating content for you guys so I can teach you, pass on my knowledge, pass on my experience and document my journey. I'm really glad to be back. I'm actually back in my home city, which is Madrid. Back in the HQ, some of you might recognize this environment. I'm back on my legendary stool, which is always good to be back on. And I've got a really important episode for you today. And I've also got a really special announcement at the end of the video, which I've been working on a lot. So stay tuned for that and let's get on it, guys. But before we actually start this video, I want to give you guys a bit more information about me. I'm going to talk about what I actually do and why did I create this YouTube channel. Now, my main online business is my clothing brand and e-commerce based brand. And it's not so much like dropshipping in the sense that I'm actually very much focused on the branding aspect of it. I'm focused on creating a movement around the brand so that I can make my brand's name worth a lot, that I can make it a valuable name. So the brand name is Higuera Fame. You can check it out on Instagram on that username, and you can check out our website as well. And my second online business is social media marketing. Now I have a couple of clients that I do social media marketing for. But this video, guys, I'm not going to be talking about social media marketing. I'm going to be talking about my first and main online business, which is my e-commerce clothing brand. And it's particularly influencers. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get influencers for cheap and really effectively, and how to get them to reply to you every single time. Now guys, before I actually begin this video, I know there's a lot of bullshit on YouTube. I know there's a lot of people talking about things that they haven't gone through, and it's quite sad to see. It's not very pleasant to see either as a YouTuber myself. But guys, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. I want to be, you know, a credible source of information. I want to speak from experience. I want to give you guys as much value as I can. I really want to, you know, give you guys proper knowledge. I want to pass on knowledge that you guys can actually use and know that it's a credible source that knowledge is coming from. And that's why I want to give you guys a bit of background history on my success with influencers. Here you can see some of the influencers I've worked with. Now guys, I'm actually organizing a new promotional campaign, and I have to be honest, this is probably gonna be the first time that I pay an influencer in cash, that I pay them a certain amount of money. Up to now guys, I've just been leveraging my product. I've been giving them, you know, a hoodie and a t-shirt, or 2 hoodies and a t-shirt. And yes, my products are very high-end. They're kind of a high price tag, but what it actually cost me, what it actually cost the brand, the production cost is not nearly as high. And so in terms of what I have to pay, it's really not that much. And what you have to consider, and this is a massive point, not only do they, you know, post pics on Instagram with my product, they actually come all the way to a photo shoot where we shoot pictures with them and we make a promotional video with the clothes they actually take home and a lot more. So that's why I'm getting extreme value from these influencers. And let's actually get into the video now. Here are the 3 tips that I want to give you guys, and the 3 things that I'm using to get these influencers for cheap and effectively, and getting them to reply and really milking the influencer marketing space. So let's get on. The first tip is to niche down your audience, niche down the people you're targeting your product to. Now, a lot of you are trying to please a large audience, trying to target a large audience. This is very expensive to do. Not only that, but it's nowhere near as effective, nowhere near as good of a marketing strategy, because first of all, you're having to pay influencers which have a large reach and they charge hefty fees. But the people that actually get the promotion, the people that see the promotion on their feeds because they follow this influencer, for example, they're not going to be nearly as engaged with the product. What I've done myself is, from the get-go, I knew who my audience was and where I was starting from. Now guys, do consider this, your target audience now, your niche, might not be your niche in 5 years time, in 3 years time, because your brand might grow and eventually, you know, it grows so big that you target a much larger audience. But niche down first, and that's exactly what I did. I knew who I was targeting. For example, it was a certain group of young people in my city, Madrid, which is obviously a big city, it's a capital. But I knew who these people were, and I knew the influencers that I had to tap into. These were young influencers, and yeah, they weren't extremely big, but their audience was the audience that I was targeting. Thus, I could get this influencer for you know, for much cheaper because they were not as large, and still get incredibly good engagement on the promotion because the people that were targeted, they knew the influencer much better. They had a personal connection, and they knew that it was a credible source, and thus they make the connection that that influencer really represents the brand, and the brand is cool. And yeah, they weren't a massive influencer in the 100k followers on Instagram, but their audience was extremely engaged. And not only were they extremely engaged, but they were my target audience. They were the audience that I'm targeting my products to, and they had a much better connection and much better relationship with this influencer than, you know, a big influencer like, say, Kylie Jenner. Of course, you know, that's an extremely expensive influencer, but it just comes to show, it's just an example that the connection your audience has with the influencer is really important, because they have a much better reason to trust them. They can then go on and say, well, this influencer I really like, you know, he probably has a reason why he partnered with this brand. Let's go check out the brand. The brand's also cool. It's kind of the demographic that I'm in. It's kind of my vibe. Let's check them out, and eventually, you know, maybe buy a product from you. So that's why you have to niche down, because then you're actually targeting your audience. You're being extremely more effective, and you don't have to go to the high tier influencers that charge a lot more. You can get local influencers that are a lot cheaper and that are a lot more effective. My second tip is find a way to leverage your brand. When you're talking influencers, usually there's no win-win scenario. You know, you guys are going to influencers and ask them to post a pic with this product, but how is that leveraging your brand? Why should an influencer go ahead and do that? There's no win-win scenario. If you're targeting a really big influencer, if you're not a big brand like, I don't know, say Paul Ravalon or Victoria's Secret, then that influencer will see it as a win-lose scenario, and they'll either charge you a high fee or just not reply to you. So what I realized is, you know, some of these influencers might be in need of a photo shoot. They might be in need of a professional photographer, or just a good camera to take pictures on with some dope clothes. They might be in need of modeling experience to put in their portfolio, so that they themselves can go on and leverage that to apply to model agencies. And that is exactly what I did. I found something of value that I could provide them with, and so then it was just a lot easier for them to make a decision, because not only were they getting free clothes, but also they were getting good photos taken. They were also getting, you know, the social proof of having modeled for a brand, which is obviously cool for not massive influencers to put on their Instagram, because that gives them experience, that gives them leverage for model agencies and stuff like that. Just find a way to provide value to this influencer as well. Yes, there's always a way in which you can provide value, and it's not only just by giving them your product. Try to provide them with just an overall experience of the brand, and leverage your brand. Lastly guys, and I know this is a bit hard to implement, but please have a product your influencer believes in. And if your product is a bit odd, or if it's not amazing, there's always an influencer out there that, you know, that probably likes that product or that's into those type of products, right? But don't try to mix oranges with apples, right? Same way you wouldn't get Kylie Jenner to, I don't know, model for a cleaning product, right? Try to match the influencer to your product. Have them believe in your product, because not only are they going to be more willing to do that partnership with you, to do some influencer marketing with you, but they're also going to be more comfortable promoting that product on their Instagram. They're going to be, you know, it's going to come off as a lot more authentic when they actually go on and promote it. Just because, you know, they pose with your product, if the audience cannot sense that comfort of them posting with the product, and if they can't see that the influencer believes in the product, then it's actually going to have a negative impact on the way that your brand is seen, right? So in my case, for example, my product is a very appealing product. It's a product that, you know, the youth likes, and so it's very easy for an influencer to go on and say, yeah, I'll do that, I'll model for you, or I'll wear your product, because it's something that I would wear myself, right? It's something that I'm comfortable wearing and I'm comfortable promoting, and so it's a win-win scenario again. Now guys, I do have a bonus tip, and that is just embrace starting out small. Embrace that your first influencers are not going to be extremely big, but trust me, if you scout your influencers well, if you find the right influencers that you think have actual potential, then later on it's gonna be amazing for you, because not only are you gonna have a lot more social proof, but you're gonna be able to recruit much better influencers. They're gonna be more willing to work for you, because they've seen that other big influencers or medium influencers or whatever size, they're doing the same, right? So in my case, you know, I remember that the first influencer I hired to do a photo shoot and to do some promotion was actually not extremely big at the time. I think she had around 3K followers, but I knew that the audience was so engaged, and I knew that she had potential, and it extremely showed for it, because she then went on to grow massively in terms of followers. She joined a model agency, and that one model gives me so much leverage over other models, because then they see that, you know, a friend of theirs is doing it, or this big influencer is doing it, so they want to be part of that, right? So you're creating this whole movement around your brand, and that is extremely essential. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I have to admit, I did feel kind of rusty after, you know, that long weekend and a bit break from YouTube. But I'm gonna be back sharing a lot of content, and a lot of content is coming your way about entrepreneurship, branding, lifestyle, you name it, guys. We've got something really special going on in this YouTube channel. I'm also gonna be incorporating some vlogs into my YouTube channel, because, you know, it's not about sitting on this stool, which I really enjoy it, but I want to give you guys you know, some insights on my days and what I actually do. If you found this video valuable, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you don't already. As I said, there's so much content coming your way, it's unbelievable, and it's very exciting content. Also share this video with a friend if you find it extremely valuable and you wanna pass on the value. And leave in the comments what your experience with the influencers has been, any questions you might have, and whether you're getting good return on investments with your influencers, or whatever you're struggling with. Leave it down in the comments and I'll try to help you guys out. I answer every single comment, so I'll do that. And thanks a lot for watching. Now, I did forget my special announcement. I've been working on a newsletter. You can sign up down below, and I'm going to be putting out a lot of content on the newsletter. You know, some of you guys might enjoy written content a lot more, or you just want more information, you just want more value. Go ahead and sign up below. If you sign up to my newsletter now, you get 100+ list of books that every single entrepreneur must read. And it's also a list that I've compiled for over a year now, and it's recommendations from the best in the game. So again, go ahead and sign up below. I'll have it in the bio. I think I'm only gonna have that open for another, I think 72 hours. So guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.